Hello, everybody. Just having some thoughts about some stuff. And you hear all the crazy feminist stuff like I'm for freaking women voting and all that crap, good stuff, like normal thing. But then they're like, oh, man, they're fucking, I need to die. All this sort of shit. You're like, dude, you're fucking nuts, okay? You're fucking insane. Okay? Doesn't make any freaking sense. And then you have the whole like trans movement and stuff, and like all this like feminization going on over here. Like it's just everything is just like, destroy masculinity. Let's say masculinity is on this side, and then feminism's on this side. Like the destroy masculinity thing, the big agenda. You know what I mean? To like lower testosterone and declaw the whole nation. Like boys can't rough and tumble play anymore. Can't play king of the hill outside. They can't physically fight. They can't do anything. But then the girls can go in and like, and not even just girls, but like it's more of a girl tactic where it's like, hey, I'll destroy your reputation and I'll make people hate you. That's kind of like a girl aggression. Like, but a boy will come up and punch you in the face and bite you or whatever. That's just like the fucking that type of stuff. So they're like, let's limit the one, right? But then it's like, well, it's still gonna be there. It's still gonna freaking be there. So, but anyways. So they're like, yeah, fucking this whole crazy shit, destroy masculinity, all this crazy stuff. You can't even be a guy anymore, all this stuff. But then what's on the other side of the spectrum will pop down of freaking the woodwork? The rise in freaking steroid use. Huh. That needs to happen, okay? Because what the hell? It's like, dude, there's for each action, there's an equal opposite reaction. Like this side is coming up, like trying to freaking destroy masculinity and stuff, and then all of a sudden you got like the ease of access to be able to find steroids like nothing. It's just there you go, it's right there. And so like a ton of people doing more steroids than like ever. So, and it's like, especially trying, you're like, man, I see, like it turns down your emotions, makes you like if you're sleeping and shit properly, your brain's like like you're at least buying it. It's like a freaking computer, dude. Like totally masculine, like super masculine type of like analytical fucking like that. Like it's really pretty sweet. But yeah, you see like that side. So it's like you have this super hyper masculine thing, and then you have this super crazy like destroy masculinity thing and men to die and all this crazy shit. So it's like all men are bad. Like it's bad just to have like masculine principles. It's bad to be like have aggression. You can't be too aggressive. You can't be any of that. And then it's like you get on trend, you're like stop the time, like fucking losing your shit. It's great. But anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that like the rise of the one there had to be the rise in the other. And so it's like, and that way there's some kind of balance. There has to be, because it's like, dude, if the one takes over, it's like, yeah, well, there is nothing left. But then if the other one took over, well, there wouldn't be anything left either. So you can't have just everybody running around just juiced up out of their mind, you know what I mean? And then you can't have the other side where it's like, there's no more men anymore. It's like, what do we do? Like, you know what I mean? You can't have both sides. I mean, you can't have just one be so lopsided. And so that's why I think, like, because the universe or life or whatever you want to talk about it, it's always like this rises, then that comes to fight it off. Like if you look at the woods, it's like there's animals, and it's like there's an ecosystem, and there's an animal that eats the animals that if this one doesn't keep in check, then it ruins the whole ecosystem. And then there's like this one animal that eats the thing, but it has a hard time getting, you know what I mean? So it's like everything is a check and balance system. And so just like in nature, it's just like in society, it's just like anything else. There cannot be, once one gets too out of whack, the other one has to come in to do it. The other end of the spectrum has to pop in. And so since you got this crazy shit on this side, then you got fucking Trenbolone on this side, you know what I mean? Ease access of Trenbolone. It's like, you don't have to know anybody, you just have to know where to look under the rocks in the woods, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, so it's like, that was just like a thought I was thinking about, because that's like, seriously, because it's like, dude, you just look around, you're like, this is fucked up. Like, you see some of the woke this shit people are saying, and they're like, dude, what the fuck are you talking? It's so like feeling based, which is a feminine which is a feminine thing, you know what I mean? Feelings is definitely a feminine, like the begin side of life. And but then you get these people who are like, their rationale is like based off of feelings, and then it's like, so you have these people who are just like, literally, I don't know how they're completely out of their mind because they don't have like the masculine principle to like check it, be like, no, let's reality, motherfucker, reality, like practicality, mathematics, like shit like that, analytical thinking. Let's just see if this stacks up in reality. That's like the whole man principle. And then and order and boundaries, you know what I'm saying? And so when you just have chaos, which is the yin principle, and you have order, which is the yang principle, it's like, man, if you just have chaotic feelings all the time with nothing to check and balance it, it's like, wow, all of a sudden now you're racist if you eat meat. And it's like, I mean, I heard this like girl going on about how you're racist if you eat meat because the slaves, but you can eat pork fat because it's like, and then because the slaves had that, and then the Jews, and I'm like, dude, what the, I mean, it's like literally, I don't know how you could come up with this, like it's deranged thinking, and it's just based off of feelings. Like, you can't base your whole life off of feelings if they're just feelings. Like, you could feel like this is right and wrong. You can feel like if you're a good hunter, you're like, I feel like this is the spot. Sometimes you can just feel like your intuition's like, yeah, but that's a different type of feeling. Like, that's not the same type of feeling that I'm talking about, where it's just like, I have compassion, or it's like, I want to appear like I'm a good person, so that I'm just going to jump on this agenda that'll just literally just an ego trip to make myself look like I'm a good person. Just like, it's like, you give money to a homeless guy, who's going to go buy crack and fucking whatever else with it because you feel like, oh, that makes you a good person. It's like, no, I mean, reality is like, dude just fucking fed his shit. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like that, but it's like way far-fetched. But yeah. So if you have, that's the woke culture. The whole woke culture is like lack of fucking masculinity, masculine principles. It's like there's no logic and reasoning. It's like if they stack up to be like a woman. What is a woman? And it's like, what? And you're like, dude, what the fuck are you talking? Like, there's no logic and reason. There's no grounding there. And so you're just like, well, it's whatever you want it to be. And it's like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. It makes no sense. It makes no logical sense. You can't, unless you're just playing a game. Like, unless you're just like, oh, I'm pretending, And you know what you're pretending. And everybody knows that you're pretending, but then it's like, oh, it's just a game. But the reality is not a game. Like, society, this shit in society, it's like, dude, like, this is some psycho shit. This isn't just like some weird fucking game you're playing now. It's like you're trying to force me to do it. And if I don't do it, then it's going to be a big deal. It's like, okay, do you realize, like, oh, you're offended. It's like, dude, you're offending me with your fucking psychotics bullshit. You're offending me with the fact of how it's like, dude, what are you doing around my child? Like, I can't even walk to the fucking store without fucking seeing some fucking crazy psycho, wearing crazy shit. My kids are like, what the fuck? I know. I'm like, dude, exactly. Like, that's offensive to me, okay? But you know what? Bodybuilders are different. We don't sit around and just be like, I feel like, you know what we do? Like, fuck you, bitch. Go lift some fucking weights, dude. And we don't give a fuck. Like, we're that little bitches. And so it's like, because it's a masculine principle. It's like, dude, I got better shit to fucking deal with than worry about your stupid shit. Like, fuck, dude. I'm not going to sit there and be like, I'm a whiny little bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's like all the whole fucking thing. And then cater to my whiny bitchness. It's like, dude, that's the feminine shit. Like, that is the fucking woke culture. Fuck that shit, dude. It's nuts. So, like, the contrast to it all, to that fucking psycho shit, then you got then you got this side, and it's steroids and shit like that. And so it's like, fucking, that had to happen, because if not, like, what are we going to do? It would just be so one-sided. The thing would just collapse. Like, there's nothing like that. There's night and day. There's up and down. There's left and right. There's male and female. There's fucking just on and off. Binary code is 1, 0, 1, 0. There's not a 2 in there. There's not a 14. There's not a fucking 8. It's 1 and 0, on and off. Like, that's reality. That's how your brain works. Like, so if your brain works, that's how reality is going to be perceived. Like, you can't perceive it any other way. You can think you can, but you can't. That's why I spent so much time fucking trying to research my brain and how it worked, so that, because I was like, that's the perceiver of reality. Reality is perception. So I was like, bro, if I can try to understand the perceiver, which is the brain, then I can understand reality better. Like, huh, makes fucking sense, doesn't it? So that's what I did. And then all you know is ones and zeros, motherfucker, on and off. That's the whole brain structure. So then that's all reality in itself. You understand? You understand? Hopefully you understand. Because this is basic shit, dude. There's that culture, and then there's steroids and shit easily accessible. So go fuck yourself, bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's about it.